thank you for being here and such a deep welcome. If you can feel it, you can heal it. This is what we really want to begin to understand, is that there is a way for us to look at our lives in an idea we are not broken. So much of what I've been seeing is there's a pain in the mind and the body. We need to find a way to bring ourselves into a deeper place of healing. So if you can feel it, you can heal it. The truth of that is our feelings are just like little nudges. They are giving us a sense of something that we need to pay attention to. Our body starts to get really sore, or the mind body becomes very much in pain. If you are at that point where you feel like, you know what, it's enough of the pain, it's enough of the suffering, then it's time for us to move on. The part that I love to do the most is to see the healing that can come through when we start connecting our mind and body, uplifting our energy frequencies so that we can do this life so much better. This is an absolute gift for us to uplift and upgrade our energy. When we do that, our life becomes different. I also put there, I'm a wish to be mom. I put that there because that really was an instigating part of my life, is that the yearning and the desire for what it is that I wanted didn't manifest, didn't come about. And we all have stories of disappointment and things that we hope for and aspire to have in our lives, but somehow it doesn't seem to transpire. At the time, we have this huge sense of devastation, and those devastations really bring another awareness to us, what it is that we are learning by that which we cannot have. Where do we go from here? How do we choose to continue to be in this world? For me, the journey really did start then, because it wasn't like you could just have anything you want. There was the sense that there was something else that I had to do in this life. I had to stay focused and I had to stay connected to what that is. I guess the universe decided that for me, having a family would be too distracting. If it is that or not, I don't know. But I do know that point of pain for me, which was huge, actually opened up a whole new window of opportunity in life. That is the only reason I want to put that there, is that we begin to understand that there is more life when we come into embracing who we are. Let's talk about, why do we seek? There is something that is embedded in each and every one of us. It's this feeling like we're here to do something or to be purposeful. We seek that our entire life. We either seek it or we subdue it. For those who are subduing that, they are finding these marvelous and unique ways of anesthetizing, defending, deflecting, distracting, detaching, and just not connecting. As I work with people who are in the end of their life journey, who begin to experience enormous pain and the difficulty of releasing from this body. It is so difficult to leave the body when our inner sense recognizes that we have not fulfilled our life journey and our sacred agreement. We have a contract, a sacred contract, that gives us an opportunity of a life. We come into a form to be informed and to perform. And through this body and this information and this performing, we also have an elevated opportunity to transform. That's what we want to start to embrace when we release from this life at the end of our life journey. And we have been consciously connected to this life and the purpose of our being. This leaving is not so terribly awful. It is not so traumatic. Somehow it makes all the difference if we can just start to tune in, to find the meaning in this life journey, and to get a sense of fulfillment and completion. And there is another gracious gift in that for those who do come into this space and get right to the end of their life journey, you leave a legacy for the generations to follow. That is the most gracious gift you could ever leave. You can't leave enough money, houses, stuff, all of that stuff can be taken away with one sweep. What we can leave is an energy legacy, an imprint, something that stands for all time. We all carry energy legacies, and these energy legacies, we have a genetic imprint, we have an energetic imprint. These are the legacies that we hold in our system. They are the codes and the signals. This is the idea that our body is a sensory being and that we have a unique perception and a unique way of interpreting this reality. That is a wonderful thing, that none of us see this world in the same way. The way you see the world and the way you offer your vision of the world to everybody else opens our eyes to another lens, another opportunity, or another way of interpreting and being here. We see, learn, and know by reflection and catching glimpses of life through each other's eyes. You can imagine many facets on a diamond. If there are many facets and you are lighting up yours and I'm lighting up mine, and each of us is taking the opportunity to become fully illuminated in this existence of our light being, we begin to reveal and open up our energy in the most amazing way and offer that as a gift to all other beings. You'll know that each member in a family will sense everything differently. And we have to say, but why is it that some people interpret the exact same situation from a glass half full optimistic idea and the other from half empty, the pessimistic concept? One will see it completely different to the other. You'll notice this with your friends too. Sometimes you will have this feeling of when you're walking and talking with a friend and the friend is telling you a whole lot about their life and you looking at them and you're thinking, oh my gosh, that's not even so hard. Get it, see it. Why can't you see it? You want to give them fabulous advice because we're brilliant at that. If you do give them any advice, they look at you as if to say, you're not listening to me, because they don't want you to give them advice. They just want you to see how they are seeing. That's all. Because the way they're seeing is their interpretation, and it is as real to them as yours is to you. For us to be in that moment and to regard the other with love and compassion, no matter how foolish it might seem to our lens, it is their truth. We all carry a sense of truth. Why? Why do we do that? Why am I holding my own interpretation? What is the good of that? What we have is a soul contract. And the soul contract will guide us along this unique life journey. In order for us to connect into the soul contract, we are going to have to feel some kind of contrast. This contrast is what awakens our desire and our yearning. In order for us to know and experience, and in order for the 5 senses of this human energy field to know and to bring you that information of what you're seeing, we have to have some kind of connection or some kind of collision. Something has to come into our sensory awareness so that we can feel it as an impact. When we feel the impact, we have to interpret it in some way, and we have to assimilate it, and hopefully we have to heal it and work through it. But for most of us, what happens is we move along this life. We don't realize we have a contract. We have things that bump and crash and collide into our being. What we do is we go along saying, life's hard and you've got to grin and bear it, and life's not a bed of roses. You made your bed, you lie in it. And who do you think you are to have it so easy? We have all these little shut down statements that have come in that say that you're supposed to be suffering. And if you're not suffering enough, then you're not worthwhile enough. Every time we assimilate our mind body into that idea, we are glorifying our suffering. We are saying it's good to suffer because that means that if I'm really suffering a lot, then truly I must be feeling a huge amount and I must be more worthwhile now than ever before because I really have suffered. And so what I have attained through my suffering really makes me remarkable. We think that this is not possible, but really go back and look at some of the ideas that you have created around what you deserve and how much you deserve and how much you must suffer in order to get that. And if you don't have an idea, I can easily bring this into my life. If you have any kind of sense of hardship has to come first, then you are embedding codes of pain in your body. Your sensory being has to interpret what you are feeling, contrast or collision. It knocks into your system to awaken your system. But what happens is that we go, no, I must suffer. So we internalize and we bring that point of suffering and pain into the mind body and we lock it in there. Then we forget in which cupboard and drawer we put it in. We pop it into any old random place in our cellular being. Then we go on and we forget about it. We keep moving on. We forget where we put this little pocket of pain. Then one day something comes along and someone knocks on our door in the exact same way of pain. And we go, oh my gosh. And suddenly we got a wretched backache, neck ache, heartache, headache, toe ache, whatever the thing is. Wherever you pop that little pain message in whatever pocket, that pocket goes, oh yes, I remember this. And it ignites a signal. So the contrast that we are experiencing in this life is our greatest gift. I so wish for you to hear that now. And if you could hold that for a moment and say, the contrast in my heart and my soul and that which is coming up in my life is my greatest gift. Boy, if we hate to iron that one, it's much better for us to hate and to reject and deflect and deny. What we can do now, if we can embrace that contrast is an awakening point, then we can begin to heal. So if you could do that now, go into your awareness of your body for one little moment, breathe in, and become aware of your body as an amazing being that is able to signal and receive signals. Then ask your body, where is it? Where is it that I feel and hold the pain that I'm holding now? Identify where it is. Become accurate with sensing of where it is. Where is the ache? Where is the longing? Where is that yearning? As you hold that awareness, ask your mind body to embrace it as if you are the loving parent or the generous soul, and you put your arms around that point of pain and make friends with that point of pain. It has been working hard to get your attention. Give it your full attention now and be there with it and hold it. Be in that space. Notice that you are still breathing, you're still living, you're still alive, and the world hasn't dropped out underneath your feet. You are still here. So the point of reference and this point of contrast, this reflection, it is a point of reference. So mark your point of reference clearly now. Imagine that you open up the filing cabinets, you take out that file, whatever it's got written in it and whatever is attached into it, bring it all out. Bring it, all the photographs that are in there, bring it into this moment. Take it out the dark cupboard and bring it into light. Notice now that this thing that lies in front of you is a concept, an idea, the behavior. It's an interaction. Unless you have had an actual pain through a collision, a physical collision, then most of our pain that is emotional pain that we are embedding in our body doesn't have any substance at all. It's an idea. It's a thought. So hold that now in your awareness. As you page through the file that says, these are my many thoughts, start looking at what they are. What are the many thoughts that are here? What are the feelings? When I look at that photograph, and when I think of that person, when I hear that voice and I smell that perfume, what is coming up for me? What is being evoked in my mind and body and my spirit? What is calling me? This is the most important thing I want you to hear now. That if you are willing to look at the points of pain in your body, in your being, and you are willing to be with what is difficult in your life and what is a hardship, You are doing a gracious gift for me. That is your gracious, most gracious gift that you could ever give to your family and loved ones. The reason I say that is that because you are holding that pain, that unique pain of our human condition, I don't have to hold it, but I'm going to hold the one that I know, and you're going to hold the one you know. If you heal the one that you know, and I heal mine, and then we hold a different energy frequency, this is how we are going to expand the conscious collective. This is how we're going to move beyond. So hold that now in your thoughts and hold that in your being. Let's go on. So our body and our senses interpret the being. We got that. We are a multi-level, multi-dimensional, multifaceted processing unit. These words came into my session years ago, and I thought, really, this is very odd. But that is really what is coming in, is that we are learning to process on multiple levels, multiple dimensions through our multifaceted being. If we can begin to see ourselves as multifaceted beings, we have an opportunity to make every single facet of this being dazzle, sparkle. At the same time as we can dazzle and sparkle, we also store memories, imprints, and codes on multiple levels of our being, in multiple dimensions of our awareness, in our multifaceted being. We don't just keep it in the lower back, in the elbow, or the neck. We keep it in our sensory perception, and you will know that trigger when someone wafts past you and the perfume is connecting you to an instant remembering of a time with someone where a devastation happened. Multiple levels of knowing. It is not all tangible. It's not all understood. It just is. We feel so that our being can heal, so that we can awaken into our limitless potential. Please hear that with your heart. We feel so that our being can heal, and we can awaken into our limitless potential. As a human species, we are on a pivot point. We either collapse into more of the same, of the pain that is known as the conscious collective, of the misery of the human experience, or we expand. If we drop down, we just continue to be in the pain body, the pain mind, and the pain soul. We continue to play in the place of pain. If we choose to move beyond a place of pain, we go into higher frequency. We go into the energy of thriving. If enough of us can do that, we will elevate consciousness. This is why what I'm doing, I do with all my heart and all my soul and every ounce of fiber that I've got, so that this message can be heard, that we are the ones that will make the shift. And the ones who are experiencing enormous pain right now are being pushed really hard to get on board. Our feeling and being able to feel is our potential to heal. It is when we are willing to feel it that we can unlock these ancient cycles and patterns of pain. When we connect to our feelings from an awakened state of being, we begin to remember who we are. We step out of that sense of being a victim, a martyr, at the mercy of life, hopeless, depressed. We step out of that. We remember who we are. Ask yourself now, who am I? Yeah. Who am I? Who am I that can leave an energy imprint, a legacy that could last all time? Who am I that has potential to shift consciousness? We feel like we're one little piece, one little atom makes no difference. But if one little cell in the body of all that is can become a healthy cell, we can flourish. We can all receive the code and the signal of the healthy cell, and we can start to flourish. Remember who you are. Keep asking yourself to remember. Here is our first step. First step is to make peace with your feeling, sensing being. In this moment where you are right now, hold your body, hold your awareness of where the pain is. Go right there. Remember, we opened the space. We pulled out all the files and the documents and all the stuff that was there. Some of it we can remember and some of it we cannot. Some of it came in too much in a subtle way for us to get it in a conscious way. That's okay. It's still embedded. It's still there. In your willingness to pull it into the open and bring it into light, it becomes light filled. So we're making peace with our sensing being. The moment we do that, we begin to observe the thing that has caused us pain. Even if we don't know directly what this pain is, we are willing to observe it. We are stepping back. The moment we step back, we step out of victimhood, martyrdom. The moment we step into the one who can see and is willing to see, and hear these words, willing, allowing, willing to see, allowing to see. The moment I'm here, now I am the observer. Once I go here, I can begin to notice who are the messengers that are bringing these messages to me. So for those of you who are in workplaces that are a little toxic, sorry for you. Yo, those are hard. Someone's got to be there. Someone's got to do the work. But have you noticed that by some amazing chance, the great pain that you hold, the thing that you despise and don't love the most, and the thing that causes you the most anguish, happens to happen in the most obvious place, in the place where you spend most of your time? Probably at work, could be in your families, could be in your community, could be if you torture yourself and listen to news all the time. I don't know why anyone does that personally, but there you go. We all have our ways of torturing ourselves. So we step into the role of observer and we start to notice who are the messengers. So mark now in your mind, who are the messengers in your life who are really shooting bullets at you, who are pushing into your awareness, that are causing ruptures and pain in your wellness. Who are they? How are they behaving? How are you feeling? Once we start to ask these questions, we can step out of this sensory overload, this perceptual overload, because it is this overwhelm that is depleting our nervous system and it is ushering in a sense of dis-ease. We're not at ease in our being. And dis-ease, if holding long enough inside the body, will manifest into disease. We never want to put the misery in our body, but because we're not willing to look at it, the body has to put it some way until we are ready to look at it. So we're looking at it now with great delight. This is your key. I am a healer. I want you to say that from the pit of your soul to your being. I am a healer. And I want you to say it, and I want you to say it and keep saying it until your body begins to tingle. And you awaken a memory and a code in your system that reminds you that you are a healer. Not some people are healers. We are all healers. Every single one of us is here to heal. We have the potential to heal. So if you can hold this and you can bring this energy into your system and we can learn to integrate this knowing that we are healers, then we can begin to heal from the inside. Once we start healing from the inside, our energy begins to open outward like ripples in a pond. So if you're looking at this picture now, this is the person standing in a torrential field. If you were to be able to see energy, this is what it looks like. We hold multiple layers, multiple dimensions of healing. It looks like a grid, like a network of energy. Think about your body and the inside of your body with the connective tissue. And everything is connecting one to another, and these amazing networks of pathways, synaptic cords, all of these things are running all the time. They're keeping us breathing, moving, eating, and thinking and processing. All of this is happening with us, not even in the slightest bit of awareness of it. We are being breathed. We are being held. This is happening around our field and in our body. So once we say, I am a healer, and at the very core of this entire energy, beautiful orb, we recognize that there is a core truth and a core strength and a core potential right there. Guess who that is? It's you. You are the one who holds this code, and you are the one that can heal you. The moment you begin to heal your own connective tissue in your body, your connectivity in your being, you can start to translate that energy outward through this field of interconnections, and you can begin to expand consciousness. Now, the electromagnetic field of this, the possibility, is the heart. We shift to the heart. And the moment we come into the space of the heart and love, we are entering the space of the miracle. There is compassion, possibility of expansion, forgiveness, allowing, and there are many other beautiful energies inside of this, and these are just a few. But if we can come into the heart and just grow compassion, but compassion is not for those around us. First, it begins with your own being. How compassionate am I towards my being? How gentle am I to me? What do I say to me when I make a mistake and I do something wrong? How do I curse, blame, and shame myself? Think about expansion. How willing am I to know that I am more than just this body field? How willing am I to acknowledge that this body is just here to help me sense and process so that I can transform energy? What if I told you that you and your body and your energy field was a transformer? That if you begin to recalibrate your being and you work from a higher energy, that you have entered the place of being able to create miracles. So you'll see in this image here, there is the soul with the heart turned on, standing in the toroidal field. The moment we begin to amplify energy, we open the vortex to an upward spiral, ever increasing spiral. It is from here that we can release through this expanded heart of compassion, love, and kindness, that we can release the messengers healed from the center out. And that's the magic, and that's the miracle. So let's hold this miracle and let's bring some integration of this ability to do this, to feel it and to heal it. So if you can, where you are right now, bring yourself into a sweet place. Imagine where you are, you're comfortable, snuggle in. Make sure that either your feet are on the floor or the base of the body is on the floor. As you hold that space, we're going to take a few breaths. As we breathe in, let your body feel conscious and present. As you breathe out, let your body feel heavy, relaxed, held, and supported. As you take your next breath in, open up your belly and then open up your ribs. Imagine you're even opening up the energy field around your throat and all the way to the top of the crown. Then when you breathe out, imagine that you let the belly sink down, ribs come together. Begin to squeeze around your solar plexus. Squeeze hard, hard, hard until you have no more breath left. Then wait there as long as you can until your entire being screams to you for life. When you hear it screaming, choose life, choose it and breathe. I hope no one's fallen over at this point. Notice now, when you choose life and you say, okay, I'm willing to breathe again, the breath of life flows into you. There were no conditions, no hoops you had to jump through. It flowed in. So you begin to expand again and feel the breath coming in. The belly opens, the ribs, the throat, and so you expand your awareness. In the moment of expansion, I want you to connect to your heart. Take your left hand and touch your heart. We're going to place and embed a signal into the heart now. Breathing very consciously, long, slow out release of breath. I connect into this breath the gift of releasing, letting go, and forgiving. I bring into this mind, this body, and this energy field the gift of restoring, replenishing, reviving this beautiful mind, body, and soul. I welcome into my life all that and only that which serves my most divine life purpose, nothing else. We mark this moment in the heart with the breath. Only that which serves my most divine life journey do I welcome in now. Breathe it in and through. Mark the point in the heart and feel the expansion. And as you breathe out now, releasing and letting go all the codes, the pain, and the signal, every signal that has been embedded through all time, space, fields, and dimension, I'm willing to release it now. Find your willingness at your throat. Bring your right hand and bring it to a point just where you intuitively want to touch, near your throat. Can be on your sternum. And hold that point now. I open up into this being, the willingness. I allow myself to receive, to feel abundant, prosperous, to feel happy, to feel loved. I welcome into this life. I allow me to feel this great delight and connection with me and all life. As you open up the throat and you open up the breath in your chest, open up your heart to the love and compassion of all life. Those who are showing you difficult situations are in immense pain. Connect to the pain that you know in your body. And imagine if someone in such deep kindness could come on in and sweep that out of your system. Imagine that you do this for the one who is standing in your life and causing you to feel this reactive pain. Imagine that you can send from your heart a chord of love, a note of love, like a beam, and send it directly into their heart right now and release them from being the messenger of this pain in your life. Release their pain if you can. Release their pain. Their pain is to be the messenger, and your gift is to hear it and to release it and to heal it. You are doing that now. Create as many of these energetic synaptic cords as you wish. Heal along these lines. Visualize yourself as if you are in the center of that field with that interconnected tissue. And imagine that you are now sending these signals into the sacred grid, the grid that is connecting us all. We are connected. Your pain is mine. I heal mine, and I love and forgive you for showing me this pain. It releases you from pain. Imagine if enough of us did this. We continue to connect in this way in every moment of our life. We unwrap all these suffering cords of our survival energy with such low vibration into the highest vibration of love, compassion, and kindness. If, and this is a reality, not everyone is lovable. And if you cannot love them, if you cannot love, go to neutral, and feel that sweet space of being neutral. Can you be here in this place of pain and see the messenger, the one who's coming into you, as that who is also in pain? Can you honor your own field enough to know that it is okay for you to feel complete where you are? You don't have to do anything special, just feel neutral. Even that is a high enough vibration to bring healing. So take a deep breath in now. As you breathe out, imagine that these cords that you're going to be sending out from now on are creating amazing energetic synaptic cords. The more mindful you are inside of this, the quicker we will heal. And may this be a great blessing to you. May you bring your awareness into your mind, body, and your soul and fully integrate this glorious being into light and love.